In a city that never sleeps, a vibrant metropolis alive with ceaseless activity and teetering on the brink of chaos, there was a young woman named Sophia. Nestled within the heart of this urban jungle, Sophia sought solace and refuge, crafting her unique narrative amidst all the hustle and bustle. Born into an indifferent world, she was thrust into existence, and in that very moment she became more than just a new human life. She morphed into a beacon, a radiant point of reference that her father clung to in the midst of his own struggles and tribulations. The second she graced this world with her presence, she became the spark that ignited the once dim and dull life of her father. She was his cherished jewel, a precious gem that he held dear amidst the turbulent whirlwind of reality. She was his joy, his pride, and his hope bundled into a tiny package that burst with potential and promise. He cradled her in his arms, his heart swelled with an indescribable love, an affection so profound that it permeated every fiber of his being. He held her close, whispering promises of undying love and protection, vowing to guard his tiny warrior from the harsh realities of life. He bestowed upon her the title of his little princess, a term of endearment that held within it a promise of a lifetime of love and unyielding support. He saw in her not just his daughter, but his shining star, his beacon of hope, his lifeline in a world where he had for so long felt adrift. She was his ray of light, his guiding star leading him out of the labyrinth of life's uncertainties, his torchbearer in a world steeped in shadows. She was his Sophia, his wisdom and his strength. She was his world, his solace, his refuge amidst the tumultuous seas of life's trials and tribulations. She was his ray of light in a world steeped in shadows. Raised under the tender gaze of her father, Sophia's dreams took the hues of fairy tales and romance. This was a world where magic and adventure intermingled, where every morning greeted her with the promise of new enchantment, and every nightfall whispered tales of knights and princesses. Her imagination was a canvas, and it swam with the vibrant colors of magical kingdoms and beautiful princesses waiting for their prince. Sophia's heart echoed with the rhythm of these tales, painting the world around her with strokes of hope, love, and longing. Her yearnings were not born out of juvenile fantasies, but were the reflections of her heart's deepest desire, a love as profound and steadfast as the bond she shared with her father. She sought a love that was radiant, shining like the morning sun and lighting the darkest corners of the heart. She longed for a love that was trustworthy, as reliable as the rising sun and as comforting as a warm hearth in the midst of winter. And she wanted a love that was unwavering, as steady as the rhythm of waves crashing onto a shoreline, and as unchanging as the North Star guiding sailors home. Her father, a man of firm convictions, had always been her pillar of strength. He taught her that love was not merely an emotion, but a choice. Every day he chose to love her, and in his loving gaze, Sophia realized her worth. His resolute belief in her ability to realize her dreams was the wind beneath her wings, giving her the courage to dream bigger and the strength to chase those dreams. Fueled by her father's resolute belief in her worth, Sophia embarked on a quest to find her Prince Charming. Time flew, and Sophia matured into a woman of striking beauty, intellect, and ambition. As the seasons meandered through the years, enhancing the landscapes and the lives of people who inhabit it, Sophia bloomed like a late-blooming flower, enhancing the world around her with her beauty and brilliance. With every passing day, she became more and more attractive, not just because of her physical beauty, but also because of the intellect that gleamed in her eyes. The grace and charm that she possessed were a result of the knowledge she had acquired over the years. Sophia was not just another beautiful face in the crowd. She was a woman of substance, dreams, and passion. Growing up, she had been the type of girl who always yearned for more knowledge, more growth, more success. She was fiercely ambitious and was never satisfied with mediocrity. And so she chased her dreams with a burning passion that ignited her spirit and fueled her journey towards greatness. She worked diligently, night and day, undeterred by the obstacles that threatened her path. Her ambition and energy resonated in every venture she undertook. Her career took off swiftly, sailing on the winds of her hard work and determination, and soon she was basking in the admiration of her peers, her accomplishments acting as a shining beacon of inspiration for many. Sophia's life was a tale of success, a saga of a woman who dared to dream and had the courage to chase them. However, her heart, despite being filled with the joy of accomplishment, bore a silent void. It was a hollowness that echoed within the confines of her successful life, a void yearning to be filled. Despite her seemingly perfect life, she yearned for something more. Yet, despite her achievements, a void in her heart yearned to be filled. Sophia held the belief that love would find her naturally, that she would effortlessly discover her perfect match. This was a conviction that her heart held dear, one that she had nurtured and cherished since her youthful days. The idea of love, to her, was like a wild bird that would someday perch on her shoulder when least expected. It was a belief that bloomed from the fairy tales she'd read and the romantic films she'd watched, a belief that love was a destined event, and certainly not one that required relentless searching or ever feeling desperate. Sophia was of the thought that love would be as natural as a blooming flower in the spring, an effortless encounter that would magically appear at the right moment. But as the hands of time continued to move, as the calendar pages were turned, and the candles on her birthday cakes multiplied, she found herself still alone. Her heart yearned for the one who would match her rhythm, who would understand her silence and know the song her heart hums. Year by year, as she ventured into her 30s, she found herself alone in the maze of love. It was a labyrinth that seemed to grow more complex with each passing day. Suitors came and went, like waves kissing the shore, only to retreat back into the vast ocean. Each suitor held a promise, a spark of potential, but none could reach the lofty standards she had set for herself. These standards were not random or whimsical, but were deeply influenced by the profound love she had received from her father, a love that had set the bar incredibly high for any mortal man to reach. In Sophia's eyes, her ideal partner would have to mirror the same depth of affection, respect, and understanding she had experienced. However, suitor after suitor, none could reach the lofty standards she had set, standards that were unknowingly influenced by the love of her father. Despite her quest for love, Sophia refused to settle for less than the fairy tale ending she had envisioned. She held tightly to her dreams, to the pictures of romance painted vividly in the corners of her mind. She had grown up on the intoxicating whispers of happily ever after, the soulful ballads of longing, the grand tales of knights, and the ethereal beauty of princesses. A romantic at heart and a dreamer by nature, Sophia was not one to compromise. She had a vision of love that was deep, soul-stirring, and timeless. It wasn't about the superficial allure of charm and good looks. She wanted a man of character, a man of integrity. She yearned for someone who would love her for who she was, not for her beauty or her wealth. In this journey for love, Sophia encountered numerous suitors, each promising a different kind of future. Some were wealthy merchants, others were gallant knights, and a few were charming poets. But regardless of their wealth, their courage, or their eloquence, none could capture her heart. Why, you ask? The answer was simple yet profound. None of them had met her father's unspoken expectations. His silent approval meant the world to Sophia. He was her rock, her guiding star, her source of wisdom. The stories he told her, the values he instilled in her, the love he showered on her, they all shaped Sophia's expectations for love. She deeply respected her father and valued his opinion. She knew that he wanted nothing but the best for her. Despite the mounting pressure from society to settle down, Sophia remained steadfast in her journey for love. She rejected suitors who fell short of her standards and, perhaps more significantly, who lacked the silent approval of her dear father. As the years rolled on, Sophia's resolve began to waver. Her once burning belief in the existence of her Prince Charming started to dim. However, a glimmer of hope persisted in the depths of her heart. A spark kindled by her father's unwavering love and the conviction that true love was worthy of the wait, even if it meant enduring numerous storms. And so, as another chapter in her life closed with the setting sun, Sophia pursued her quest for love, confident that somewhere her prince was waiting to whisk her away and make her dreams a reality. For in the end, she was not only her father's cherished princess, but a woman with a heart brimming with love for the one truly deserving of her affection. Even though her journey was long and fraught with challenges, Sophia held fast to her belief that true love would find its way to her just as it had found its way to her father and her, in the limitless expanse of their undying love.